Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about the wanted system of Grand Theft Auto 6, essentially how it's going to work, some of the new features that we've learned from the leaks, and a whole lot more. So this all started when a topic was created on how the wanted system should work and what it should be like in Grand Theft Auto 6, and Insider Tez Funds 2 responded to someone that ended up saying this. And they said, ideally, have them more of a mix of 4 with some new mechanics. For instance, in 4, there was a proximity that cops spawned in. He's talking about Grand Theft Auto 4, by the way, in case that was confusing. And I like that a lot, because if you were outside of that vicinity, you'd get away pretty easily. But I think you should still be able to hide from the cops while in the proximity and have some kind of police cooldown meter for the proximity you were in, like the flashing stars thing in Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 have, but the police aren't actively looking for you. But the police are more easily alerted if you commit a crime in the area. Switching clothes, switching cars, killing witnesses, hiding bodies, killing responding officers before they call for backup. Having an actual realistic response time for police. Different areas having different response times, like Mafia 3, where in low-income areas, the police would take forever to respond, contrary to the response in the higher-end neighborhoods. There's a lot they can do to make the police better, as opposed to just having them endlessly spawning waves of mindless cop goons running around into certain death with no concern for themselves, their comrades, or the civilians around them, spawning out in the middle of the ocean without having any possible way of knowing your location. I know some people think my complaints are stupid or whatever, and that's fine, but I just want the game to be bigger and better and a more enjoyable playing experience. That's not me intending to moan. I have legitimate suggestions and ideas that I think would be good for the game's quality of life. And Insider Tez Funds 2 said this: Red Dead Redemption 2 addressed most of what you've stated. Grand Theft Auto 6 will be based off Red Dead Redemption 2's systems. For example, the lawmen spawn with initial point of interest search situation. And under the reveal hidden comments there, you see the code for how the actual policeman and lawmen in Red Dead Redemption 2 work. For example, there's specific flags that only allow them to spawn near roads. There's certain parameters that only allow them to search points of interest, like if there's a dead body, a hogtied pedestrian, or a dead animal. So there's lots of little variables that make the police in Red Dead Redemption 2 a whole lot more smarter. And he goes on to say, and the dispatch system comes in phases much like waves. You've experienced it within Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's all subject to change in Grand Theft Auto 6. Plus, improvements over GTA 5's AI are these modifiers to modify the AI accuracy when it's on your screen or off screen. And you can see some of those values there, like AI target visible on screen modifier, AI target not visible on screen modifier, AI shooter visible on screen modifier, and AI shooter not visible on screen modifier. In addition, there's a whole file about combat styles. You can check the structure here. Not exactly the file itself. Basically, the police AI will do more investigative work to pinpoint your location by following dead bodies and such than simply knowing where you are out of nowhere. So those last two things he pointed out, those are like lines of code that you can read if you want. But let's go ahead and actually dive into this, because basically what this person was asking was for the police to function more realistically. Let's just go back to the most recent Grand Theft Auto game, GTA 5. The police, not only do they feel like they are super soldiers, but it also feels like they're much more harder to avoid. They simply spawn out of nowhere. They don't exactly do police-like stuff, like trying to protect themselves and protect citizens in the world. I know Grand Theft Auto 5 is not supposed to be a real-life simulator, but the police can act with like a little bit of realism, and I think that's what they're looking for there. And we saw that a lot in Red Dead Redemption 2, and one of the things we saw the most of is police, or lawmen in particular, they wouldn't know where you were right off the bat. They would have to follow clues of a crime scene just like someone would in real life. Look for a dead animal or hog-tied pedestrian or a dead body, something like that. and then from there, they can spread out their initial search based on what they know. And we also know that the dispatch system is going to come in phases, much like waves in Red Dead Redemption 2, and we know that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be based on Red Dead Redemption 2. It will be obviously improved from what Rockstar has learned and is going to be doing better, but all of that is subject to change. And from the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks, we also learned a handful about the actual cops themselves. Like, for example, one of the things that I found to be interesting is that there was a sort of countdown during the diner robbery at Hank's Waffles. I wish I could show you guys just any of this footage, but basically it said time until police dispatched. So when you started the crime, you wouldn't necessarily have the police there right away. Just like in real life, I obviously am not encouraging anyone to do this, but if you've seen stuff like this happen, police don't arrive instantaneously. The call has to come in, they have to get to the location, they have to assess the situation. So Rockstar has made that a whole lot more realistic. It looks like they've also made other parts of the police system a little bit more realistic too. Like, for example, they're able to track the license plate of the last vehicle you were in, meaning probably the only way to successfully escape is if you changed cars or you did go to something like a Pay and Spray or a Los Santos custom shop and you were able to modify your vehicle to make it different or unrecognizable from the cops. That's something that looks like it's more realistic. There's also, looks like there's going to be a CCTV function too, meaning if you go through a high density area or somewhere with traffic cameras or security cameras, that's a way in which police can actually track you down as well. So they're going to be utilizing modern day technology because we know we're going to be taking place in this world in modern day Vice City. Now, we also know that as things currently stand, Rockstar is only taking this up to a 5-star wanted level, but of course there is a good chance that some of that could change. It would kind of be ironically cool if in Grand Theft Auto 6 they made us have a 6-star wanted level. But long story short, what I think Rockstar is going to do is they're going to take the best of both worlds from their 3 most HD era modern titles. That'd be Grand Theft Auto 4, GTA 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2, and probably even a little bit of Red Dead Redemption, but I would probably say those 3 titles, and they're going to combine everything that went well, from the wanted system to how the police and the lawmen function to how they change your ability to escape or be busted or wanted. I think all of that is on the table to be changed, but what I believe Rockstar is going to do is they're going to implement really all the positive things that have worked well, and then, of course, implement some of their own changes. But the leaks have shown off a handful of what we're going to see, and same with Red Dead Redemption 2. That's honestly the best way to look at it, and it's going to give you the best idea of probably how things are going to function, which is convenient because that game is available to everyone. So you can play Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, and you can find out how the wanted system is going to work. But that should give you a good idea of how Rockstar is going to implement the wanted system here in Grand Theft Auto 6. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. Do you think this is a good way to implement the wanted system, the way the cops and police work, and so much more? Or would you change things? Let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.